Thanks a lot, boy.
Alright, here we go.
Everybody trying to be content creators and trying to go viral. You want to go viral?
Okay, you want to go viral? Let's go viral then.
Say less.
Let go.
Let's embrace it. Let's love it. Let's enjoy it. And let's give them the experience of their life. That's Roswell for you, baby. Come together. And guys, this is Speaking Out Loud. I appreciate you guys joining us. Don't forget to share and dance like you just don't care. It's early in the morning. Let's have a day. And like I said, be a friend. Tell a friend something nice. It might change their life. Shout out PMS.
Good morning and welcome to Speaking Out Loud. I am your host, Rene Ruiz. And along with me is the man with the tries, the man with the buys, the one with the broad chest, the one, the only John Borba. Johnny, what's up?
Yo.
Waiting alongside the troll of all trolls, only wanted to come in for one reason and one reason only, and that's to watch the downfall, the crash out of the Cowboy fan himself. That would be me. But the one joining us is Mr. Earl Robinson. E-Rob, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. I'm not trolling on the Cowboys. You guys made a big trade this morning.
Yeah.
Hey, let's talk about it. Let's talk about the big dramatic effect that Jerry Jones hit us with yesterday, telling us, I got a little something brewed up. I thought that yesterday's results would have determined what the trade was, if the trade was going to go through or not. Obviously, I don't think Jerry expected us to lose. We did lose, for the guys that couldn't watch because YouTube TV and ESPN couldn't come to a deal. They haven't been able to come to a deal. So the college football fans felt it on Saturday, fans felt it Sunday, and then of course majority of the world felt it yesterday. Not sure how you guys watched the game yesterday, but I was laying in my bed, or I was sitting on my couch, my bad, but I was watching it on my phone. That the only way that I could watch it was through the NFL app. So you had to go pay for another streaming service. How'd you guys tune in to the Cowboys absolutely getting annihilated last night?
Tofu.
You guys are just waiting for the crash out. That's all we're waiting for. You're just like, take the stage.
You didn't hear
Take
me?
the stage, my brother.
No, I watched it on my phone too. It was pretty annoying not to have it on the big screen. I hope they get that fixed before like next. I think all Monday night games going forward until they fix that are on ABC, ESPN. So if you have YouTube TV or SOL,
I was watching it on
Speaking
Tofu.
out loud. You're watching it on what?
I'll give you guys the hookup. It was on Dofu, so I just typed it into like my TV, went to the internet, typed it in, and then I was able to pull it up. So that might be the alternative. Dofu
Or shout out, or the Fire Stick boys are gonna have to come in heavy. The Fire Stick boys are gonna have to come in heavy. We might have a slight delay, maybe like 5 or 10 seconds, but we'll figure it out. But what happened yesterday on Monday Night Football? What would you guys like me to address first? What happened yesterday, or how this trade will impact the Cowboys going forward?
Let's talk about last night.
All right. Well, let's just report what the news is from this morning. Logan Wilson, linebacker from the Cincinnati Bengals, traded to the Dallas Cowboys for a 7th rounder. He's got 3 years left on his contract with this year, so we'll have 2. So that's Jerry Jones getting his bag and looking into the future. I think that's what that trade was about. But last night, all right, let's see. The way it starts off.
That's all you're going to hit on for the trade?
Just the trade. I mean, let's talk about last night, and then I'll talk about how the trade is going to impact us.
All right.
Down the line here. So yesterday's game starts off right. Dak and the boys drive down. They get down into the red zone, and we get stopped on 4th down. I think at that point, if you're a Cowboys fan, you go, all right, we're in for a ride today. We are in for a ride, because automatically you just assume that our defense isn't going to be able to stop a nosebleed, as it hasn't been. And of course, our defense delivers yet again, and Jacoby Brissett and then boys drive down, go score, and then they score again, and then they score again, and then before we know it, we're down 17-0. And I think as Cowboy fans, you're just kind of laying there like, this can't be real. This can't be real. Something's gonna happen. Like in my heart, I'm like, we're gonna come back. Arizona Cardinals have been blowing leads. This is set up for us to come back. And it seemed like every time that we would try, something bad would happen, right? We're driving down the field and then Fergie fumbles it, kills momentum. Arizona goes down, scores again. And I mean, oh, bro, I can't. I hate football so much. I hate football so much. I don't I don't know if it was me or if it was just the media that got to my head, and maybe this is the way it works every year, and I'm just feeling it the most this year because we're doing the show again. But it's like my expectations this year wasn't even high. It's not like I mean, you boys know me, right? I've said this is a team that can get into the playoffs and maybe win a playoff game. Maybe. That was my expectations for this year. I was never delusional enough to think that we'd get to the Super Bowl or even the NFC Championship. My mindset was set on, all right, we get to the playoffs with this roster, knowing what it was, knowing that we made nothing to improve the defense from the year before that was already with Micah Parsons was already on the back 10 of the league. And you just thought that the offense would be good enough to get us to the playoffs. And I'm looking at the playoff picture, and I just don't. There's no way. I was telling Jay before the show started. I'm trying to figure out this morning, waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, all right, I got to figure out a way to spin this to where it kind of makes us look good in a sense, but there's no way I can spin it. So the only thing that I thought I could do was put on a fucking Dodgers jersey and pretend like I'm a world champion. That was my solution for this morning. But
That's
guys,
your coping
let's pull
skill.
up. You guys help me figure out a way on how the Cowboys can squeeze into the playoffs because I don't see it. I think we're done. I think I need to put my jerseys up on the back end of my closet and just call it a season and maybe find another team to root for. I think that's exactly where Cowboys fans are. That's where I feel like I'm at right now. I'm still confused from what happened last night. I mean, I felt like a chick in a closet that don't know which direction to go. We're sitting right here at number 11 in the NFC. And the teams that are in front of us are the Vikings, Panthers, and Bears. But only 7 teams get into the playoffs, right? Those 7 teams right now would be the Eagles, Bucks, Seahawks, and Packers. And then you get the wild card spots that are the Rams, Niners, and the Detroit Lions. With that being said, boys, let me tell you what the boys have left on the schedule here. So there's 8 games left, all right? We got it. What do you guys think? Off the top of your head, we got to get to what? 10 wins to get into the playoffs, you think?
Yeah, and
11.
then it's going to come down to tiebreakers. And I mean,
Yeah,
Panthers have tiebreaker. It'll depend what happens in the division.
But we're saying 10, right? Like 10. Is it 10 or is it 9?
No, I think it's 10 plus the tiebreaker.
It's got to be 10 or 11.
10 and a little bit of help. 10
I
and some help, right?
I think 9 and you're dead. I don't think 9 wins gets you in this year.
Okay, we're sitting at 3, 5, and 1. So 7 games left, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Or my bad, 8 games.
My screen's frozen.
Oh my God, 8 games. There's 8 games and we got to win 7. E-Rob, there's 8 games and we got to win 7. There's no way I can spin this. No way. The best thing that could happen to us right now is the fact that we have a bye week. And then we play the Raiders. Okay, so we might get hot. There's 1 win. There's a little bit of potential there. We got to win 7 of these 8 games, and I don't see it at all.
What's
Raiders,
your toughest 3? You've got Detroit, Philly.
Yeah, well, let me just read them to you. Raiders, dub, maybe. Eagles, Chiefs, Lions.
Yeah, that's tough.
We got to win. We got to win 2 of the 3.
You guys could very well be 4-8 coming out of that stretch. 4-7-1, 4-8-1, whatever it is. That's a tough stretch. Philly, Chiefs, Lions.
Philly, Chiefs, Lions. And then you got Vikings, Chargers, and then you end the season with the Commanders and Giants. So there's definitely 3 games I think we can get. There's 3 games that I feel good about winning. Granted, as a Cowboys fan, I don't know if you feel good about winning any game at this point. With the addition of Logan Wilson,
I don't know if the Giants are a pushover anymore, but especially
I would say
on the road.
yes, because the injuries coming there down to the end of the season, they're gonna have nothing to play for. So I'm gonna assume we're probably gonna have a couple people sitting. So I'm gonna chalk that up to probably that happening. The
Y'all
Commanders
might
probably
not
won't
have
play
anything to play for either, though.
Yeah, but we're playing the hypothetical right now. You're supposed to be helping me figure out a way to get us into the playoffs, not putting us down here. I asked for some assistance. Come on. Come
No, that's
on.
fair. Hey, what I will say is I do think that the Cardinals are a much better team than their record. Like if you look at their losses, all of their losses, I think they showed last night. The first three were by last minute field goals, and I forget who, but it was like Seattle was one of them, the Niners was one of them, and I forget the third team. And then the next two, they lost by 4 points to the Colts and the Packers, and both of those came down to the very end. So I do think the Cardinals are a lot better than their record shows. Granted, if you want to make the playoffs, like that's a game Dallas has to win. But I don't think you lost to the worst team in the league.
Yeah, I don't know how that helps me or us. I mean, appreciate the compliment, I guess. It feels like a backhanded compliment just a little bit. Like, oh, it's cool, buddy. You guys kind of lost, not to a bad team, not to a terrible team.
Now,
That's
I
like
think
your buddy right now walking into your office, right, and then tapping you on the back and being like, "Hey, bud, that Panthers team is tough, though." You'd be
all
like,
all
"Shut
I
your mouth,
could
shut your mouth."
all I could think about last night was when it was, forget if it was the bottom of the third or top of the fourth, and you guys had, I think it was like 4th and 4 at the 30ish yard line, and you guys went for it down by 17 points. And all I was thinking was take the points, like cut it to a 2-score game, kick the field goal. The offense has,
That's what
it
I said.
literally reminded me of what I was saying yesterday about the Packers. Like the offense has not looked good. You finally are in scoring range. Like get the field goal, put the pressure on Arizona to go score, move the chains.
But is it
And they went for it.
to give you a little bit of pushback there? Because I did see a lot of that on X last night, where Shoddy was being criticized for going for it there. But the offense was moving the ball. I mean, the offense, we got down onto Arizona's side of the field several times. It's just we couldn't finish drives. I mean, even going for it there in the very
That's my
first
point.
drive,
That's my
right?
point, though. Like,
Yeah, but the
so
offense is moving. So in a sense, like you're almost like I think like when they go for it, for me, I was down for it. I'm cool living or dying with our offense, knowing that your defense can't stop a nosebleed. I get taking the points, and it's hindsight now because there's multiple situations that we could point to where we could say if right. What is the saying? If was a shot, I'd be drunk or whatever. But and you got to live or die with that. I get your situation because y'all's offense literally was getting no movement, but our offense was. I mean, we kind of were doing what we wanted with Arizona until it got tight there in the red zone, and it seems like we could never.
but you were pretty
We
much
just never finished
with
drives.
that mindset, you're just arguing for my point. Like you were never able to punch it in and score, so take the points. Then if you like if you guys kick that field goal and you end up getting the ball back with your offense down by 7, like momentum has completely changed. Like
Yeah,
force
I thought
Arizona
that
to
was
have
huge.
to be aggressive because like you were saying, your defense wasn't stopping the run game, but you got to force Arizona to throw the ball. Like it's Dallas only wins in a
Hey,
shootout in my opinion.
for sure. I like that they went for it. You're talking about the one where he threw it to CD on the right side, right? And CD
Yes.
kind of
Yeah.
misjumped it.
Yep.
Like even then, I mean, outside of CD mistiming the jump, like if he gets it, you're like you're a genius, Shoddy.
It,
Way to be aggressive.
I mean, you still got to
Dallas
punch. You still
is in
got
a
to
much
punch
better
it
situation.
in. He looks like an idiot if they do 3 more plays and get sacked and kick a field goal. Like you still got to punch it in. My point is, it's just like trying to get the building blocks when you're down like that. I feel like is important for momentum, especially when you're at home. You can switch momentum so quickly. You kick the field goal, you get a 3 and out, and that place is loud again.
Yeah, I get you, man. And that place was you could hear it on the TV or on your cell phones if you have YouTube TV because those suckers are trying to squeeze us out of every dollar. But yeah, that
Here's
place was amped up, man. They were looking for a reason to get juiced up, and for whatever reason, we just couldn't get it together. I see Stephen
Not a
A. Smith
reason
up
at
there
all.
in the what was that?
Hey, can you hear me? Does my mic sound good?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
we can
you
hear
sound
you.
good.
First of all, to kind of back up Earl's point, like in the first half, I feel like you should always take your points,
Back
right?
up
Like if
Earl's
they're
point.
there, if they're there, take your points. I think going for it on 4th and 5 on that first drive of the game or whatever, 4th and goal, I thought that was a little iffy. Like, just take your points. It's early in the game. Like, that's a possession that the Cardinals at a halftime they get ball, right? So like those are little things that I always think about. Like, okay, you got the ball first. Like, you got to get some points on your first drive, right? A 3 is better than nothing. And then in the at the end of the third right there, I feel like you have to take another field goal. Like, you can't, I don't know, like you're chasing points at the end there, right? You could have been down 27-20. There's not as much pressure to move the ball down the field. You can run more of a normal offense, not so much pass heavy. Like, I feel like in certain situations you got to take your points. That first drive you should have took a 3. And then in the end of the third, you should have kicked the field goal for sure. But the way that your guys' defense was, you guys definitely might have the worst defense. And here's the thing. The momentum started to turn around too when you guys started blitzing. Like, Jacoby Brissett was
You
lost.
saw it.
That
Yeah,
kind of
bro.
changed everything. Where was it at the beginning of the game, or
Yeah.
on 2nd and longs, or on 3rd and longs? Like, where was that at?
Where
So
where has that been all season?
yeah,
Where
that
has
was
that been all season? Every time we've blitzed, or every time we've sent more than 4, I guess you would consider that a blitz, right? When you send more than 4. Anytime we send more than 4, it seems like we get there. It's just a matter of us making the tackle. But for whatever reason, Eberflus is so stuck on the zone scheme, which I get it. I get it because it feels like we're in the right position most of the time. It just feels like we get beat. Like, we're always getting beat. And man, let me show you guys this play. This play was so dramatic yesterday. I said, "Ooh." You looked at the sideline when they went to CeeDee Lamb. Even CeeDee Lamb was like, "Ooh." And this is pretty much our season in one play. This is our season in one play. Let me show you boys here. Goodness, bro. I can't even figure out the buttons. I'm so flustered, bro. I hate football so much. But let's look at this. You look at the bottom of the screen here. You got Deron Bland lining up with Marvin Harrison Jr., which Marvin Harrison Jr. looks like he's finally coming into his mold yet again this season with Jacoby Brissett. Let's see how this rolls. Hey, fun stat that Cheat showed me before I hit play here is going into this game, the Cardinals had played 14 Monday Night Football games. They were what was it? JB, they were
they were they
four and
had 10
ten, 4 and
losses,
10,
4 and 10.
4 and 10, 10 losses, and those 4 wins came to the Cowboys. And now it's 15. And now they're 5 and 10, and those 5 Monday Night Football wins have all came to the Dallas Cowboys. It's like we make records for just about everything. And the one thing that stuck to my head yesterday, JB, while we're on this, is all I could hear in my head is, if you're playing the Dallas Cowboys, start everybody. That's all I heard in my head was just
All
your
I kept
voice
thinking.
echoing. Start everyone. And boy, I mean, gosh, how many quarterbacks can we make look like an all pro? Jacoby Brissett. The Dallas Cowboys may have just made Jacoby Brissett another $15 million.
They might
But
have
let's look
been
at
a
this
starter
play.
in Arizona.
Yeah, seriously. Honestly, the Cowboys may have gotten Kyler Murray out of Arizona, honestly. Which, it's an overreaction. I think you want to chill out. I don't know if you want to jump on the Jacoby Brissett bandwagon.
Do
I know
it.
they've looked good the 2 weeks before this. The offensive has looked a lot better without Kyler Murray, but it's one of those situations. LaShawn McCoy on his party yesterday, he said one thing: if you watched, if a player has been bad the majority of his career and has a couple good games, he's probably still going to be a bad player, opposed to a great player being great most of his career and then having a couple bad games. You assume that he's going to end up getting back to being a great player, right? Kind of just That was a cool little quote that LaShawn McCoy said. I can't stand LaShawn McCoy, but every now and then, brother, be preaching the gospel. But all right, let's see. This is our $90 million man. Let me say that one more time, because we've been hitting on. I mean, we haven't been hitting on any of these signings as of late. At least it feels like we haven't. This is a $90 million man that we just signed. We just extended. $90 million ain't supposed to look like this, E-Rob. $90 million is not supposed to look like this.
I've been saying that for a few years. Deron Bland is not it.
Oh my goodness, bro. This is crazy. my God, backtracking. Oh, that's our
That,
season right there.
that's
That's
a
every
not top
Cowboys fan
10
right
highlight.
It's
Yo,
top 10
that
if
is
you're a Cardinal
crazy that even. Here, let me put this full screen so you guys can watch it one more time because this was actually absolutely. Oh, this is some dirty work right here. This is a crazy route by Marvin Harrison Jr. Right?
I
Nice
mean,
little pause, just
there's not
coming
even
up
no contact.
calmly.
I feel like that's already your first mistake. Not putting your hands on the receiver.
Mm-hmm.
Off the line of scrimmage.
I think he.
You even
Oh,
touch
yeah, he
him.
had no
He
chance.
he
No
tried
chance.
to.
There's no
All right,
shot.
boys. This is a lot of fun, but I gotta drop and get to work.
All right, E-Rob, I appreciate you jumping on, man. You have a great day. Ladies and gentlemen, Earl Robinson.
All right, later, dudes.
Later.
It's a lot
Freaking
of
E-Rob. Just wanted to come in and talk a little ish. And if we look at the comments, it seems like everybody is kind of on your side here. All right, JB. Like I said, man, I was trying to find a way to be optimistic about what the rest of the season looked like for us, and I don't see a clear picture whatsoever about how this team can even squeak into the playoffs. I think as Cowboy fans, I think we're done. I think it's time to accept what happened. Um, and while I gather my thoughts, let's take in this call real quick. Speaking out loud, what's your name and what would you like to talk about? Cheech. Cheech.
Oh man, bro. I can't even say anything. I can't even say anything this morning, dude. Wow. I do have a question for you.
Good.
All right. Logan Wilson, right?
Uh-huh.
Benched by the Bengals this year for his play. Now he's a Cowboy. How do you feel?
Wait, say it one more time.
So Logan Wilson this year was benched by the Bengals, whose defense is maybe worse than y'all's defense, right?
Correct.
Benched for his play, 40 in any statistic as a middle linebacker. How do you feel? That's Jerry's move. How do you feel?
All right. I got you. Okay. I appreciate the question, Cheech, and I got you here in about 10 seconds. Let my brain start working. Let me gather the information that you just to the question that you just asked, all right? Appreciate you,
Are you a
Cheech.
better
Thank you
defense?
for laughing in my face. Later. Yo, his laugh. That shit
Are
got
you a
me.
better defense after that trade?
Say it again.
Are you a better defense after that trade?
I think we are. I mean, I definitely think it's a positive. Here, let's look at this real quick. Logan Wilson was the Bengals' leading tackler, so let's remember that. I do, off the top of my head, Logan requested a trade, so him being benched with the Bengals might be a misread because it was him wanting to get out of there. So it's just a good player wanting out, right, of a bad situation. I definitely think it makes us better. We are missing that piece, JB. The one thing that I've been telling you all year is we got to be patient for Overshown, Mr. Agent Zero. Let's be patient for him to come back. I think once he comes in, he's going to make an impact. I like the trade because it's Logan Wilson has 2 years left. We only gave up a 7th rounder. Obviously, we got to cough up a little bit of money, but we do have the money to do it because of the Micah Parsons trade. So initially, I love it. I love this move for the next 2 years. It makes sense, assuming that Overshown is going to be healthy. Now you got 2 linebackers to build off of. To me, that's something to be optimistic about. He was the leading tackler over there. The one thing that we struggle with is wrapping up and bringing boys to the ground and completing plays. It's something to look forward to, man. We got a bad white boy. I'll take it. Give me him. Now we got 2 solid linebackers. Now it feels like we're back to when you remember when Jalen Smith was there and we had him and Van Der Esch, the little duo. Before that, we had Sean Lee and Yeah, we had Sean Lee, and we were buzzing there. So it's good that we made the move. I think it helps us. Just looking at his numbers, let's see. Logan Wilson was the Bengals' leading tackler from 21 to 23 before missing the last 6 games of 24, but still finished with 104 tackles in his 11 games. His 11 interceptions over the past 5.5 seasons are top among middle linebackers. And Logan Wilson's nickname is the Cowboy because he's from and played at Wyoming, where he was teammates with Josh Allen. I don't know how that connects to get the nickname the Cowboy, but we'll take it. Hey, it's a W. So I guess the only thing positive happening for us right now is the fact that Jerry Jones did make a trade for the future. Remember that before we start dishing out all the hate towards Jerry Jones and all the criticism. This is a move for the future. This this could have been a move that would have helped us this year if the boys would have shown up yesterday. A lot of fingers get pointed at Jerry Jones because he doesn't do this, he doesn't do that, and sure, the timing's always off. Sure, Jerry Jones' timing is off. His negotiating tactics may be a little weak. It's not 1990 anymore. You can't get away with the same shit you were getting away with before, Jerry Jones. But before we start pointing the finger directly at Jerry Jones, remember, this guy is paying millions and millions and millions of dollars to what we are supposed to believe are top tier talent in Dallas. And the boys have yet to show up. This isn't on Jerry Jones. This is on the shite roster that has been given plenty of money and can't show up and deliver. At what point do you hold the players accountable for not showing up and balling out? You're making all the money in the world and you can't show up and do your job. Why is that? Why is that, JB?
Because your defensive coordinator doesn't know how to put your defense in the best position. So the Logan Wilson deal sounds like, okay, Logan Wilson's a good coverage linebacker, so that's good. That helps, right? But I think you got to be way more creative on defense. This reminds me of like 2022, I think, when the Vikings were like 13-4, and we had an awful defense. Well, having a defensive coordinator that just drops your team back in zone and kind of plays that bend but don't break defense, that stuff don't work, man. Like, that stuff does not work. It's all about being creative on defense, sending disguised blitzes, disguising your coverage, being a little bit risky on defense. That stuff helps, I think, in the long run. And just having your guys just drop back in the same old thing, same old thing. And then here's the thing, like that was Ed Donatel, the Vikings defensive coordinator, when we won 13 games. Got rid of him so quick. As soon as the clock struck zero on the last game when Daniel Jones threw like 350 yards on us in the playoff game, immediately fired him. And then what do? We get Brian Flores. And then Brian Flores used that same exact, I think almost same exact starting 11, maybe like a new corner or something like that. And the defense literally went like to middle of the pack the next year. So it's like, you got to put your guys in the best positions. You got to be creative on defense. Just having your guys drop back into just, bend but don't break, zone coverage, all this kind of stuff. I don't think that's the recipe for success, especially on a defense that isn't really great right now. Obviously, you guys are very bad right now, but it adds insult to injury that these guys expect. Your defensive coordinator Eberflus expects these guys to just make plays or something like that. I don't know. It's just not the recipe for success. You got to be creative on defense, and that's what I've learned just watching my team.
And we saw a little bit of that creativity there in the second half that allowed us to even
in desperate
build,
times,
build a comeback. But we got to be desperate all the time. And I appreciate you bringing that up, JB, because that's the one time that I do want to point the finger at Matt Eberflus, where it's like, at what point do you adapt to your roster, regardless of their talent, right? Regardless of their talent,
but the thing, he's
that's
not.
what you got. That's
He's
what
not.
you have to work with, and you don't adapt. I get it. What you have may have worked or may work if you have the right talent around you. But at what point do you go, okay, I don't have the personnel to complete the art that I have in my head? Because I get it. I get it. A lot of the time we are in the right position. We're just not making the plays. And we don't have the playmakers, I guess. I guess we don't have the playmakers. Because what the numbers are telling me we do. The amount of money that's being spent is telling me we do. But because we don't, at what point does Matt Eberflus adjust to that? And because he hasn't, we're probably going to fire him. And what sucks is
100%.
we're going to have to bring in another defensive coordinator, and this defense
100%.
is going to have to learn a whole nother scheme. I mean, we're already talking about going into the season with our sixth defensive coordinator in the last 7 years. I mean, the only guy we've had go back to back is Dan Quinn. And look how great that defense looked whenever we had a man-to-man concept. And then when you look back at Dan Quinn, what was the one thing we were frustrated with Dan Quinn come playoffs is the fact that he dropped back into zone. We lost because of zone, and yet somehow in 2025, we've reverted back to the one thing that caused us that loss in Dallas against Green Bay. We're reverting back to the one thing that has caused the downfall of the Dallas Cowboys, and that's running these zone schemes when you have man-to-man athletes. Allow your roster to show their money's worth. Like, at this point, if you're Matt Eberflus, you have to adapt. Because, I mean, honestly, I don't want him to adapt. Because if he does and we see improvement, Jerry Jones is the type of guy that's going to go, the ego's up here. So he's going to be like, I was right. I was right about this team. It was going to come together. And now we're going to wait one more year with Matt Eberflus, and we're going to see how it plays out. That's exactly what's going to happen if this team finishes on a good note. And I think, honestly, what sucks is this bye week was perfect. It was scheduled perfectly for the season that we're having, assuming that we won last night. And because we didn't, this whole week that they just have to sit on, you really got to ask yourself, like, do we look forward to the draft? Do we just look forward to the draft and not even think about what's to come? Like, do you even want to beat the Raiders, honestly? Because right after the Raiders, what do we got? After the Raiders, you got Philly, Kansas City, Detroit, Minnesota, Chargers. It don't get easy
You guys
until
aren't
December
making the
25th
playoffs, dude.
on Christmas Day. It don't get easier until
It's
Christmas
over.
Day when you play the
It's
Commanders
over.
in Washington. And is that even easy?
It's over, man.
This
It's
team,
over, dude.
this organization has wasted so much talent. It's honestly embarrassing that we're at this point, JB. We're 35 minutes into the show, and I'm still weak at the legs of how shite this organization is. And it's like we don't even know. It sucks to look forward to the future when shit is happening right now. Because then you have to remove yourself from any legitimate football conversation, because nobody wants to talk to the guy that's like, yeah, well, next year, JB, I'll tell you what, that Logan Wilson trade for next year, all the cap space that we have, all the cap space, JB, oh my God, next year, it's our year. That's us right now. That's literally every Cowboy conversation that you're going to have going forward. I don't know that I can have a respectful conversation with you if the Cowboys are in it, because that's all I can go with. Well, next year we'll have Overshown healthy and Logan Wilson. So now we'll have a dynamic duo at the linebacker position. And guess what, JB? We're probably going to use all our draft picks to load up on defense, as we should. So the only positives coming out of yesterday is the fact that next year, wait for it, next year, JB, the positives about the trade and losing yesterday is next year, JB, next year, it's our year. I think next year is when we finally bring it together. This is Jerry playing chess, not checkers, and this entire time with the Micah Parsons trade, he was setting us up for not this year, but the next year. And I think the sooner that we just allow that to brew in our head and it become reality, the sooner we'll be able to enjoy the rest of the season. And that's exactly how we should have came in to the year. And that's exactly where I was, is this team has an offense that's good enough to get into the playoffs, and then we'll see what happens from there.
You just didn't assume
But
that the defense would be as bad as they are.
correct. I
And
didn't think they were
there's
going to
gotta
be
be
ranked
some
number
blame.
31.
There's gotta be some blame. Like, Eberflus, 100% at the end of the year, you fire him. 100%. We there's some coaches that can adapt, and then there's some coaches that are, okay, it's scheme over
But
team,
JB, how do
and
you
it's not
explain?
working.
How do you explain one-on-one against Marvin Harrison? You can't go. Matt Eberflus didn't put him in a great position there. It's one-on-one. You're a $90 million man, and you're rolling on your
It's
back like a chump.
one-on-one, and if you replay that footage, Deron Bland doesn't even put a finger on him. That's just setting yourself up for failure. I feel like you always got to put your hand on the wide receiver as soon as they come off the line. As soon as the ball snapped right there, he should be sticking out his right or left arm for inside leverage. Put that left arm, boom, shove it into the left shoulder pad of Marvin Harrison right there. Shove it into the left shoulder pad. Make him use the sideline. Make him throw a fade. An inside slant right there. I haven't seen that thrown all year by anyone at the goal
Do the
line
loop-de-loop, then
like
pull.
that. Like, okay, first of all, you guys are bringing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys, and you got no one in
You got to
coverage.
force the
You got two
fade. You got to
linebackers that
force
just
the
sit
fade.
there, and then your Deron Bland is just literally on an island. Doesn't even put a finger on a guy. You give him a free release, Marvin Harrison. I don't care who it is, dude. I would have caught a slant. I don't care. I'm catching a slant on Deron Bland, and somebody tell me otherwise. I want somebody to tell me otherwise, because I'll catch a slant on Deron Bland right there. You could have done it. We could have.
Yo, the
I'm telling
disrespect
you,
on
bro. You're
Deron
not.
Bland.
That's just not good. And it's little things like that, little detailed plays. You need a coach. You need a defensive coordinator who makes his team better by putting them in the right spots, by teaching them little technique things, like little things like this, like
I don't know.
Robert Saleh. They got a bunch of injuries, but they're still making it work with that defense. Dudes over there, who's a defensive coordinator in Houston? Don't even know, but D'Amico Ryans,
Yep,
right? He's
D'Amico.
obviously the defensive guru, but whoever's the defensive coordinator is learning all that. So that could be somebody that's interesting. I don't even know who the
Hey,
defensive coordinator is, but
hot take here. Hot take. And you tell me if I'm wrong here. If you're the Cowboys, I love Shoddy. I love the way Shoddy's moving that offense. But if you're the Cowboys, do we look into Robert Saleh? Do
I
we
think you
maybe
got to look
think
into
about
somebody who's creative.
do we think about pushing, because Robert Saleh is not going to come to Dallas to be a defensive coordinator, or else he would have done it this past season, right? Vrabel wasn't going to come to Dallas whenever he didn't have a job because he wanted a head coaching job, which maybe we need to change our coaching tactics when we come to the table to hire someone. Maybe we need to go on the defensive side of the ball. Maybe we need to be a defensive focused team because you already have your quarterback and your wide receiver established. You have a young offensive line. So going forward, you got to assume that all these picks, all this money is going to be completely invested into the defense. Of course, we say that, but Jerry's shown us that that's probably not going to happen. But we're going to go ahead and be optimistic fans and assume. And when I say optimistic fans, I'm saying myself and then Cowboys Nation, not you, JB. I know the type of hate you have for the Cowboys, or I guess you wouldn't say hate because to you it's comedy. You're watching a comedy. You're watching Saturday Night Live every time you watch the Cowboys play. You're looking for a good laugh, a good ha ha, a good little ha. That was a knee slapper. That's your comedic enjoyment watching the Cowboys. But this Cowboys team, it's got. I mean, I legitimately think that if Robert Saleh is available, you're the Cowboys. You go get him. You go get him. I get we're kind of shifting the culture somewhat, whatever, blah blah blah. No, we're still a losing team. We're still a losing team. Is Shoddy putting us in good situations? Does he seem like a good rah coach? Whenever we're winning, everything is cool. Sure, but when we're losing, it looks bad. It's not even the fact that we're just losing. Like I understand losing a game like if we would have lost to the Packers when we tied them, it's like, all right, that was kind of what we expected, right? Just a gritty fight that gave us a chance to win. But when you lose games like this or against like Carolina, those are tough because you're almost beating yourselves. Like you don't want to discredit what the Cardinals did or what the Panthers did, but 2 fumbles, two big fumbles by Fergie and Javante just sucked the life out of the Cowboys. The timing on those turnovers is just God, bro. It sucks so bad, JB. It sucks so
That
bad. Imagine
turnover.
waking up at 5 in the morning and you see a trade for Logan Wilson, and you're like, yeah, for what? For what? But you spin it, you go, do. Okay, it's for the future. It's for the future. JB, speaking of the future, you got JJ McCarthy. JJ McCarthy, your boy yesterday had a hell of a game. I know you wanted to talk about some of his film that we pulled up or that we have. So I'm going to pull it up for you. Let's just kind of mesmerize over the little bit of life that we have left on the show. I guess we're a big Viking show as of now. We're a big Viking show. Big. We're gonna have to become a big Viking show because boy, oh boy. And I had to wear it one more time, JB. One more time, but just in case they forgot, I had to remind them. Some
Otani.
might call me a bandwagon. Some might call me a bandwagon fan, and I might have just became a Dodgers fan about a week ago, maybe, potentially. But I don't know, JV. You tell me what's up. Do I look like a champ
I
or a
mean,
loser? A
with the
champ
Dak jersey
or a
underneath, that's
loser?
crazy.
A champ or
That's
a loser?
crazy.
Shit. All right, let's look at JJ McCarthy and his comeback. What are the expectations for JJ McCarthy here? Do we think should we look at the playoff picture for you guys as well?
Yeah, we're out of it too,
Are you
though.
are you
It's
are
it's
you
a
interested?
tough hill we got to climb, but we're 2-0 in the division, so that's the positive. So that's going to help. These tiebreakers are going to help. Like we got to we got to string together a few wins for sure.
Hey, all right. So before I pull up that film or before I play that film. So here's the NFC. You got the Eagles, the Bucks, Seattle, Packers, Rams, Niners, Lions. Those are your first 7. And then the teams that are in the bubble are the Bears, the Panthers, the Vikings, and I'm just going to say the Cowboys as well cuz technically we're still alive.
Yeah.
Which
That's hard.
5% chance to make the playoffs, mind you. 5%. Okay? Still alive. Still hope. I don't even fucking believe that. Sorry for excuse my language today, boys. Excuse my language today. It's a tough one.
Our
But
next
JB,
games
I
are
mean,
tough.
those 7 right there, like it feels like those are the 7 teams that are going to get in, or do you feel like the Bears, Panthers, or you guys will squeak in? And if you do squeak in, who gets removed? Like right now, I think you think the weakest team in the playoffs is probably what, the Niners?
It might be just because they're the
Is
most
that
dinged
health?
up. But here's probably the next 4 games that we have. I think 2 of them are in the division. So I think we got Baltimore next week, and then we got the Bears and the Packers. I think I don't know the exact order,
Wait,
but
so we said 10 is where you probably got to be to get into the playoffs, right? 10 wins.
yeah,
Okay, so you guys are sitting at 4-4 right now. So we got to get 6 wins. 6 wins for the Minnesota Vikings. We're covering the Minnesota Vikings schedule right now for the potential to get into the playoffs. Right now they're sitting at 4-4, coming off a big win to the Detroit Lions. Now they got the Ravens in Baltimore this weekend, or I'm sorry, in Minneapolis. The
yeah,
Ravens are going over to Minnesota. It's an 11 o'clock game. But we're accustomed to those, right, JB? We're accustomed to the early games, so it's nothing out of the norm for the Minnesota
yeah.
Vikings to perform at such an early stage. But okay, let's go. We got to get 6 wins here. 6 out of 8 games. You can only drop 2. So Ravens, huh?
Ravens, man, that one's a
Who
tough one.
also who also just made a move. Who also just made a move.
Who'd they get?
Oh, Michael Carter. The Eagles just added Michael Carter, the
Right,
Jets cornerback,
right.
as well. So now they got Michael Carter,
Wait, the
Jair
Ravens?
Alexander. No, the Eagles. The Eagles just made another trade.
No, Michael Carter's been there. He's been there since this weekend.
Yeah. So now they've made 3 trades before the trade deadline, right?
Right.
So it's Michael Carter, Yair, and
Jair,
Jalen
Jair and
Phillips.
Jalen Phillips, which I think out of all those players that the Eagles traded for, Jalen Phillips is definitely the best one. Like that dude, he's a good
Obviously,
player. He's a good player, and that
yeah.
helps that defense out a lot.
Man, bro, that is
That's
crazy. Well,
definitely the trade that's going to he's going to make some plays, and yeah, I don't. That's the one that bothers me. So yeah, Jalen
the
Phillips.
rich gets richer. Sorry,
Yeah,
JB. I kind of took you off track there. But you guys got the Ravens. So you want to say a W there?
I think we have to win that game. I think we got to win that game, and it's going to give us some momentum in these next games. So I think we win that, we'll be 5-4. I got to go for the win on that one.
Okay. Ravens, Bears,
Give me a win,
Packers, Seahawks.
man. Packers. I think we split with the Packers. I don't know which game we'll win. Maybe the home game, but if we're in Green Bay first, I don't know. So I think
You
we'll
are at Green
split.
Bay
I think we'll
first.
split the Packers, and I think we split the Lions too. So that'll put us at
So you're gonna lose to the Packers once, and you're gonna lose to the Lions when you play them again. So that's
yeah.
already
So
2
that's
losses.
already six
So you got
losses.
to win out.
We can't. Yeah, like that's 2 losses. So that'll put us at 6 losses, and then one more loss, and that could be to the Seahawks. Could be to um, could be even to the Cowboys. What are my dogs doing?
Oh, look at them dogs.
Um, I really don't know. Like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know the schedule, so I only know the next like 4 games. But yeah, we split, and then maybe we can afford one more loss, 10-7. But we got to at least go 4-2 in the division, maybe 5-1. If we can maybe sweep the Bears, and then maybe sweep the Lions. Now, since we already got one win under our belt with them, like I think that puts us in good a good chance to make the playoffs. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. I don't know. I can't. I don't know the last like month of our schedule. I know we got the Cowboys in there. I know we got obviously Packers and Lions twice. I don't know. Anyways,
We may. I
we
think
got to win 2
We
games.
might have. We might have just came to realization
It's tough.
that our
We
show is
probably both
doomed.
missed the playoffs.
Our show's doomed right now. Are we gonna have a moment of silence for the show
Yeah,
already in November? Didn't even get to December. Didn't even get to enjoy Thanksgiving. Didn't even get to enjoy my birthday yet on the show. Damn,
yeah.
what a
Seahawks is a
tough
tough
world.
game too.
Like Cheech just sent this to the group chat. Dallas can save 30 million by releasing Diggs, Still, and Hooker this offseason. Reason Williams and Pickens shouldn't be extended. Yeah, I definitely feel like. I mean, yeah, you got to trade what you can. You got to trade what you can right now. If we're building for the future, you got to let go. Unfortunately, of Diggs. I hate it. I hate it. I like Diggs, but it's probably time. It's probably time.
Yep.
It's probably time. JB, let's end the show on a good note here. The Vikings did win this weekend. The Vikings did win this weekend,
Beat the
and
Lions
we're
in
gonna win
Detroit.
again. Yeah, we're a good team. We are a good team. We might make a
That's a
run.
good win. Good team win. Good against a good team. Against a Super Bowl contender. So what the heck? I don't know. Maybe I'm just selling a
I don't
short.
know. Are they? Are they? Are the Lions a Super Bowl team? I don't
Anything in the
know. We'll
division
see.
is always wish washy. It's always wish washy in the division, especially a competitive division where it's gone back and forth. You don't know who's going to win it. Um, that that's why I think the Lions are still contenders for sure because they can blow out anyone any week. So maybe
Yeah.
they didn't play their best, but we showed up and we played and we took Jared Goff out of his momentum. So that was the biggest thing.
All right, JB. Let me show. Let's watch this film from yesterday. So JJ McCarthy lines up in shotgun. This is the first touchdown we had to Justin Jefferson for 10 yards. Let's see. Talk me through this, JB. What do we got going on here?
Can you blow it up?
Oh, Jay, you mind blowing that up real quick? Let's use this one right here.
So it's obviously the safety's cheating
Hold
to the
on,
right
hold
a
on,
little
hold on,
bit.
hold
You got
on. I got you.
Jefferson one-on-one.
There we go.
Amik
Better? Is that
Robertson.
better for you?
Yeah, that's not too bad.
All right.
So you got Jefferson one-on-one, and it's just a simple fade route right here. I mean, it's good coverage, but JJ McCarthy was really good in the pocket.
Oh my God!
No problem. Just a perfect throw. Literally perfect throw. In the pocket, JJ was pretty accurate for the most part, most of the game. He got a little bit happy feet in certain areas, but just throwing that throw, one-handed, great coverage, just a better catch and a better throw. I mean,
Yeah. What's that? Let's watch it from this back angle here. Oh my
look,
goodness!
the pocket's
Let's see what
good.
JJ McCarthy.
That's his feet. I mean, there's nothing. I mean, that's as good as
Yeah,
it
great
gets.
defense, better offense.
And that
It's one of those.
play, that the play to steal the game, the 3rd and 5 back shoulder throw was probably like his second or third best throw of the day too. Just throwing that kind of the same way, but he kind of just laid it up there for Jalen Naylor to catch it off his back shoulder. That was a really good play too. That was the game-sealing play, big spot, a lot of trust. KOC had a lot of trust in him just to even call that play because he could have ran the ball, and you give Detroit a minute and a half or something like that on the last drive. Is this it right
I
here?
should have pulled. No, you
Oh,
talking
this
about the
is,
last play to win the game?
oh, is this where JJ rolls out? Yeah. Okay. So right here. I mean, good pocket, but
Broken
the
play.
Lions
Ooh.
lost outside contain. They did a stunt where their end just came in and just got swallowed up. So that literally just leaves a wide open. And then Anzalone over here, he thinks that like JJ's going to cut it back inside or something like that, or he might even throw it. So he's just coming at him on a straight on angle. Watch Anzalone up top, and then he just comes down. Already took a bad angle. JJ just comes out to the right. Nobody was really open either.
Yeah, it's just that little subtle stop to make
Yeah,
it look
that
like
little
he's gonna
move where
go
it
to the
looks like he
inside.
might throw it, but look how he just came straight down on a line and then just
Yeah.
flares out a little bit, bad angle, enough athleticism for JJ McCarthy to just hit the pylon. No shot. That sealed it.
Man, let's see.
Kind of,
Let's watch.
it's funny
Let's see.
because that's kind of how they sealed it in Chicago week 1. So
With
this
that,
look at
the
the
same
stunt.
exact.
Look at the stunt on the left side. The two Aiden
Ooh,
Hutchinson just gets
crashed the
swallowed up.
pocket.
That was blocked really well. That
Yeah,
was blocked.
you're looking back at this film, like you said, and you're looking at this bad angle
Yeah,
that
Anzalone.
this line's line. But yeah, look at that. Oh man, if you just
He's
he's
like,
right there
"Oh,
to
he's
make the
mine."
play.
That's what he's thinking.
Yeah. I'm about to light him
Yeah.
up.
He's like, "Let me
I'm
make
about
a
to light him up. And then just a
and all
subtle
it
stop.
takes
Ooh.
just hit the boundary." And then look, he's already at a bad angle. Yeah, no shot.
Which, if you're number 32 who gets hurt there at the end of the play, like that's your one chance to get a lick on the boys. You got to let it rip there.
Couldn't do it.
Got to let it rip. Oh man.
I mean,
Oh,
overall,
JB.
it was definitely JJ in the pocket looked pretty solid. He looked real good on the opening drive. Had some hiccups throughout the game, but it was a lot better than what we've seen. And then at the end of the game, fourth quarter, he made a couple plays, made some plays with his feet, and then made a couple crucial throws, and then the game-winning throw, and that was it. So it's definitely like positive takes. Definitely positive take into the future. You want to see him make a little bit more of those throws. There's 3 or 4 throws that he made that he should have, I think once he gets his accuracy down a little bit out of the pocket, then he'll be all right. So
we're feeling. I think we got
the
to feel
defense has got to
optimistic
play
for the
though
Minnesota
too.
Vikings.
Our defense has to
Got to
show
feel
up.
good. Got to feel good. Yeah, got to feel good. Got to
We're
feel
good.
good if you're a
I don't
Vikings
know
fan.
if we
I
make
think
the
going
playoffs.
in.
I don't know if I don't know how many games we win. We might win 7, 8, 9 games. We might miss the playoffs, but these are all things. As long as we can see JJ improve throughout the season, I think we'll be okay going into next year. So yeah, next year. We're talking about next year for both of us, but
Next year, it's our year. It's
next
our
year.
year.
So I don't know.
What a tough world to be in, JB. Well, I think that about wraps up the show today. I hope it was a lot better than what we saw displayed on TV yesterday from the Dallas Cowboys. I appreciate you guys rocking with us at 6:30 in the morning, all the way to 7:30 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. Don't forget, you can call in at 575-808-9307. I appreciate Cheech for the call, even if it was a troll job. I appreciate you, Rob, jumping on the show, even if it was a troll job. JB, great job today. Appreciate you coming in. Nice, heavy, ready to go. Locked and loaded with the tries, the buys, and that broad chest. And ladies and gentlemen, you know what? Although life comes at us pretty quick sometimes and just smacks us in the face, we have to appreciate the beauty that life is. And then surround yourself around great people, beautiful people, and embrace it because those people are hard to come upon. JB, I appreciate you. I love you. Jay, I love you. To our friends and our family, we love you guys. Appreciate y'all rocking with us. So we'll be back tomorrow where Tim Foley actually will be on the show tomorrow. He had to move from, I believe he was in Albuquerque, went and moved. He moved to Houston, so he had that whole transition. But he's locked, loaded, ready to go. So college football, we're back, baby. Tomorrow at 7 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, Tim Foley will be joining the show. D1 former UNM alum. JB, let's have a day. See ya.